your intelligence is actually destroying your reality. That brilliant mind that's made you successful. It is the exact thing blocking your manifestations. And here's the thing, until you understand how to work with your intelligence instead of against it, then you're going to keep hitting those invisible ceilings. But don't worry, I got you today. Because I'm about to show you exactly how your analytical mind is playing tricks on you. And more importantly, how to turn it into your greatest manifestation power. Now, first things first, you need to understand that there are two frequencies your mind operates on. First is the analytical frequency, which resides in the third dimensional realm, and there is a creative frequency, which resides in the fourth and fifth dimensional realm. And here's where you're messing up. You are trying to think your way into a higher dimension. And don't worry, I used to be that guy, reading hundreds of books, watching hours of YouTube videos, analyzing every technique, trying to crack the code of manifestation like it was a Rubik's Cube or a maths equation. You want to know what happened though? Absolutely nothing. Because I was in what I call the analytical box. And here's what you need to understand. And please write this down because it's going to save you years of struggle. You can only have what you already have. But here's the thing, your analytical mind's definition of having is physical possession, that you need to touch it. The universe defines having as vibrational alignment. I'm going to say that again. The universe defines having as vibrational alignment. And let's break that down because this is what's exactly happening in your analytical mind. There are three frequencies you're currently emitting that are actually repelling your desired reality. And when I say frequencies, I'm talking about that electromagnetic field, which is a combination of your thoughts and emotions that create your reality. Okay, first things first, the frequency of desperation. When you are constantly analyzing how manifestation works, you are actually emitting a frequency of lack. Here's what's happening. Your analytical mind is saying, oh, I need to understand this, which is actually saying to the universe, I don't have this. Okay? And I remember when I was caught in this trap, man, I had all these books, watched hours of YouTube. I was doing everything right. Meditating, affirmations, vision boards, 369 methods. But nothing was working. Because I was caught in what I call mental hell. And here's the thing about mental hell. It's when you're so caught up in trying to figure everything out that you actually push yourself further from your desired reality. It's like trying to grab water, and the more you tighten your fist, the tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. That is the first one. Next is the frequency of control. Your analytical mind wants certainty. It wants proof. It wants to know how everything will work. Sound familiar? But here's what you need to understand. You can only have what you already have. And if you're thinking, that doesn't make sense. How can I have something that I don't have? Because like I said, your definition of having is completely wrong. In the 3D realm, having means physical possession. But the universe's definition of having is vibrational alignment. That's why millionaires can lose everything and get it back, because they have that frequency of wealth. And one of my clients, Laura, she has a great career, travels the world, has a great life. However, she had been single for 3 years. Why? Because she was trying to control every aspect of how her dating life would happen. However, the moment we shifted her from trying to control to knowing, oh my God, she was on dates with men that was more aligned to her frequency. Okay? Finally, there is the frequency of importance. This is where it gets interesting, because the more you analyze, the more importance you give to manifestation. And here's what most people don't understand about importance. The universe interprets importance as space. Because when you place importance on something, you're actually creating an energetic space between you and your desired reality. It's like saying to the universe, This thing is so important. It's on a pedestal that it must be so far away from me. Think about the people who need money the most. Do they have it? No. Think about the people who need relationships the most. Do they have it? No. The universe is showing you something here. Okay? Your analytical mind is creating three things. First is desperation through analyzing everything. Second is control through needing to understand everything. And third is importance through overthinking. And all three are actually pushing your desired reality further away. Why? Because they are all frequencies of lack. And you're probably wondering, all right, how do I stop this? And that's exactly the trap. You're already trying to analyze the solution. The point is this: your analytical mind isn't your enemy. It's just being misused. And I'm going to show you exactly how reality actually works. Because once you understand this, everything changes. Your analytical mind is going to have peace. But first, let me tell you something that might shock you. And I know your analytical mind is going to fight me on this. Ready? Reality isn't physical. And let's break this down so that your analytical mind can actually use it. So, like I said in previous videos, there are three planes of existence. The physical plane, which is the effect, the mental plane, which is the cause, and the spiritual plane, which is source. Think about it like this. If you are cold and you see a thermometer showing, low temperature, would you try to heat up the thermometer to make the room warmer? It's quite stupid. But this is exactly what most people do with reality. They try to change the effect with effect. Your analytical mind is stuck in what I call the physical trap, where you are trying to manifest by changing things in the physical world. But here's what you need to understand. And remember this, because this is going to save you years of struggle. Reality is nothing more than frozen consciousness. What does that mean? Well, your thoughts are electrical, your emotions are magnetic, drawing them to you. Together, they create electromagnetic field. Okay? This field is your frequency, and your frequency is your reality. Now, when I first discovered this, man, it blew my mind. I was like, everyone else thinking that I needed to work harder, do more, struggle, push more in the physical world. But then I realized something that changed everything. The physical world is nothing but an effect. Here's where you need to pay attention. In the physical plane, everything is bound by space and time. Okay, everything is predictable. But in the mental plane, there are no such limitations. Time doesn't exist. Think about it like this. Ice and steam, they're the same substance, right? They are just at different rates of vibration. Your current reality and your desired reality are the same energy, just at different rates of vibration. One of my clients, she sold digital courses. She was stuck making $15,000 per month, working her ass off in the physical plane, investing in courses, doing more. But the moment she understood what I'm telling you right now, $30,000 in 2 weeks. Why? Because she stopped trying to change effects and started working with the causes in the mental and spiritual plane. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think this means ignore the physical world. No. What I'm telling you is understand the hierarchy. Okay? Spiritual plane, pure potential, or spiritual plane, pure potential. Mental plane is where creation happens. Physical plane is where creation expresses itself. Now here's something for your analytical mind. You cannot change an effect by changing an effect. Well, you can, but it's going to take longer. But what's easier is changing the cause. Here's a simple formula. Mental states creates frequencies, and then your frequencies create reality, and reality reflects your frequency. So simple. And if you're actually wondering, how do I actually do this? Well, you're about to get it. But first, you need to understand something crucial about your current reality. Your current reality isn't real. It's nothing more than a shadow of your previous frequency, the frozen consciousness of your old frequency. It's like looking at the rearview mirror and thinking that's where you're going. Now, this is where it gets good. Your analytical mind isn't your enemy. It's just being misused. And I'm about to show you how to transform it into what I call conscious intelligence. You're about to understand how to actually shift your frequency. So let's lock in what I'm about to say. There are a couple of rules to this. First rule, you must break the illusion of lack and enter the frequency of abundance. In the Bible, it says, the kingdom of heaven is within you. Heaven is a state of mind. More specifically, it is a frequency of peace, of serenity, where you are no longer emotionally dependent on seeing reality change. And I used to think manifestation was about forcing reality to change. I was in a constant state of hell, stressed out, worried, analyzing about everything, overthinking. But I'm about to give you everything, and this changed everything for me. You cannot receive anything unless it is first given to yourself. Okay? You cannot receive anything unless it is first given to yourself. How do I give it to myself? Well, I do it through meditation. For whatever I mentally rehearse, imagine, visualize, or program into my subconscious mind accepts as real and the truth. Simple as that. Give it to yourself internally and it will reflect externally. Okay, that's the first rule. Second one, you must collapse the space between you and your desired reality. And your analytical mind can actually help. Remember what I said, importance creates space, okay? Well, here's how to collapse it. Current reality, space, desired reality. Space is created by importance. Importance is created by need. So need is created by lack of knowing. It's like this. When you flip a switch, do you hope the light is going to turn on? Do you analyze how electricity is going to flow into the light bulb? No, you just know it's going to work. The frequency of knowing is what you need to reach. Now remember, your analytical mind creates space through overanalyzing, need for proof, and emotional dependency. But how do you create knowing for yourself? Well, let's go back to what I said about giving it to yourself internally. You must change a belief within you that whatever you're experiencing through imagination, mental rehearsal, or visualization, the belief that it is more real than what is happening in the 3D. For every time you experience it within, it must be more real than the external. Whew, powerful stuff. Third rule, you must sacrifice your current self. Now, before you think what I'm about to tell you is to sacrifice someone in a ritual, just relax. The only person you need to sacrifice is your current self. And sacrifice doesn't mean loss. The word sacrifice actually means to make sacred. You're not losing yourself. You are elevating yourself. Think about it like this. Caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly. The caterpillar must sacrifice what it is to become what it can be. Now here's what your analytical mind needs to understand about sacrifice. You must sacrifice your current beliefs, your current identity. Sacrifice your current emotional attachments. And I know what you're thinking. But won't I lose everything? No, you're not losing anything. You are transcending. Actually, you are going to be losing some things. You're losing being small. You're losing being walked all over. You're losing self-doubt. You're losing being a bitch. Your analytical mind wants to understand the process, and that's okay. But here's what it needs to accept. You can understand the process while still surrendering to the process. Now, it's like me in the gym, okay? I understand the science of muscle growth, but I still have to surrender to the process. I can't think my way to bigger muscles. Now, I'm going to give you the exact process to transform your analytical mind. Now, lock into what I'm about to say, because this is the exact process that I only share with my clients. But I like you. And if you're still watching this, oh, you're ready for this. The algorithm didn't just randomly show you this video. You are here because you are ready to stop letting your intelligence block your manifestations. All right, let's do it. Step 1 is what I call intellectual surrender. Now, before your analytical mind starts fighting me on this, understand something. Surrender doesn't mean to give up control. It means giving up to a higher form of control. Here's how intellectual surrender works. You gotta stop asking how. You gotta start knowing. And you gotta replace saying I need this with I have this. Okay? In order for you to know, you must have a strong emotional conviction that you have your desired reality. Remember, you gotta give it to yourself first to embody that knowing. Embodiment with a level of emotional energy that moves you from your resting state. Okay? This was the hardest part for me. My mind wanted to know every single detail, every single step. But here's what I realized, and this changed everything. The universe doesn't care about your plans. It only responds to your frequency. When you surrender intellectually, you release that need to control the process. You stop creating resistance through the need to analyze everything. And you allow your frequency to naturally align. Which brings us to step number 2 is frequency alignment. This is where your analytical mind becomes your ally. Instead of trying to figure out how something will happen, you just redirect it to understand why it must happen. Okay? Let's say you are trying to manifest money. Your mind starts going, oh, but how? But how? Where will it come from? You know what I mean? Instead, redirect it to a different question. Why am I already wealthy? Why is this money already mine? Why is this inevitable? So simple, right? Just change the question. Step 3, conscious creation. Now, this is where everything comes together, so listen carefully. But here's something for your analytical mind. You are not creating anything new. You are tuning into what already exists. And Dr. Joe talks about this so much. Think about it like a radio. All stations exist simultaneously. All you have to do is tune in to frequencies. Your frequency determines your reality. Sorry, it looks like I'm twisting a nipple or something, but that's a knob, radio knob. It's like Netflix. All the shows already exist in the dashboard. You're not creating new shows. You are selecting which one to experience. And guess what? Reality works the same way. Now listen carefully. Your old frequency will try to pull you back into its old reality, into your old reality. It's going to make things seem worse before they get better, and that's normal. That's what I call the frequency war, and I made a video on that. But remember this simple alignment formula: frequency first, action second, results third. So simple. Your analytical mind wants to reverse that order though. It wants results or evidence first, and then action, and then frequency change. But that's the hard way of doing things. And if you're thinking, this is way too simple, good, because manifestation is simple. We are the ones who complicate it. Now stay with me, we are nearly done. I just want to address the 3 biggest objections your analytical mind is probably having right now. And I already know that what they actually are, these objections, because every single one of my clients had the exact same thoughts. So first objection is, oh, but how will it work? Right? How will it work? This is the biggest trap your analytical mind sets for you. It's like asking, oh look, how does gravity work? Before even allowing yourself to walk. You don't need to know how for it to work. Okay? Here's what you need to understand about how. How creates space. And remember, space creates separation. Separation blocks manifestation. Or it just delays it. And when I was first teaching this to my clients, they would always ask, but how exactly will money come? Wrong question. The moment they stopped asking how and started knowing why, everything changed. Okay? That is so simple. Just ask why. Moving on to the second objection. Where's the proof? Your analytical mind wants proof before belief. But here's the universal truth, and write this down. Proof follows belief, not the other way around. It's like demanding to see the muscles. You're going to see the muscles before going to the gym. And that's not how it works. The proof comes after the commitment to the frequency. Final objection is, what if I'm doing it wrong? This fear of doing it wrong is actually creating the wrong frequency. There is no wrong. There is only frequency alignment or misalignment. Now, to bring everything together, here's how to transmute. Remember to replace how questions with why question. Create proof through being that person and give it to yourself first. Okay? Giving it to yourself creates proof internally. And finally, drop the concept of wrong. Every road leads to your desired reality. And your analytical mind is probably doing its best to fight you right now. Good, that means it's working. But remember this. Your analytical mind is a tool, not the creator of your reality. Use it to understand, not to create. And before I wrap this up, let me tell you something important. And this might be the most important thing you've heard in this entire video. Your analytical mind isn't meant to create reality. It's meant to understand how reality is already created. And the moment that lands for you, everything changes. And I've been where you are. Overthinking, overanalyzing, trying to crack the code of manifestation. It's like it's some complex algorithm. But here's what I discovered of 8 years of studying this and hours of meditation and helping my clients. Remember these 3 things. Your intelligence is your ally, not your enemy. Understanding why is more powerful than figuring out how. And lastly, true certainty comes from knowing, not thinking. And let me be clear about something. This isn't about turning off your mind. It's about elevating it to a higher frequency of operation. And if you would like to work with me to see where all your blind spots are, so we can easily create from your desired reality, link is in the description. But most importantly, understand this. You're not here by accident. That brilliant mind of yours has led you here for a reason. Your analytical mind is the most powerful tool you have. But like any tool, it's about how you use it. So stop using it on figuring out reality and start using it to understand why your desired reality is already yours.